Fearless Pioneer.
Yo, what is going on, guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today, guys, we're going to be looking at my new commander, Thorin, in action. We're going to go over his skill tree, what kind of equipment you should use with him. Now, keep in mind, I only have him Respect 2, but I'm going to show you some information, thanks to some Fellowship members, of how to skill him when he's fully Respect 5. Even at this Respect level at the moment, he seems to be doing really good. I've got him up to level 37. And so let's just go over his details. So yeah, we're at Respect 2, and he does have the leadership, which we will talk about that in a minute because of this equipment down here, which works really well. Now, I have him at level 37, and basically, I want to increase his might a lot, but also have a decent amount of focus as well because of one of his skills. Now, as for equipment, I don't have a whole lot of equipment. Believe it or not, like, as much as I've spent on this game, compared to some people, this is all of my equipment I have in the game. So, I don't have insane, crazy amount. This is all I literally have. But, if in saying that, let's go back. I basically just reused, like, I had equipment on Aragorn, but I stopped working on him because I wanted to work on these new commanders. And the first one thing that I've got on here is the Battle Axe, which is extremely good. Now, I do have this Hammer of Moria, I just can't strengthen it up a lot. This is another extremely good item to use, or the Axe of KHALDOON. They are extremely good at increasing might, but this also increases armor defense of dwarves, which Thorin is extremely good at defense. He's an absolute beefy tank. So, if I can strengthen this up more, I will replace this out with the Battle Axe. I'll replace the Battle Axe out with the Hammer of Moria, Now, with my equipment, Scale Mail, with the extra buff of Might, so this has given us a, 23 Might. It also increases focus in Army Defense Melee, so it's really useful. Now, if you have Durin's armor, I can't remember what it's called, like the Plate of Durin or something like that. The gold armor, it is also extremely good. I used to have it, but I don't have it anymore. Just because I don't seem to use the Dwarf Commanders a lot, because unless you're playing as Erebor, then they're a lot better starting off. Then we have the Full Helm, which there's a few other helmets you can use here, like the Iron Bassinet and stuff like that. But the Full Helm is also an extremely good helmet to use on him no matter what. Increasing might plus 45. I have Inspire on here, which is not too bad, which every 2 rounds, 1 allied damage is plus 30% for 1 round. And then I have the Box of Knowledge, which is the leadership one. So basically, each round it gets a 10% chance for the following effects to be triggered. Reduction of physical damage minus 9%, and also to deal the highest damage when attacking. Now, let's go look at his skill tree now, shall we? Now, I'm only level 37 in Respect 2, so I can only skill these at the moment. But, let's just say you've just unlocked him and stuff like that. You want to be skilling him exactly how I have. Basically, working on Oakenshield first. This is really useful. As you can see, it deals 390% of damage once. And then the Allied Army's damage received is minus 5%. And it is stackable and lasts until the end of the battle. And it also gives a buff might of 15. Then I just put 1 skill point in topple here because it gives us a 50% chance of doing stun. Then I've got Revitalist, which rush attacks one enemy with 200% physical damage. And at max effect, 2 allied targets recover 100% HP. Then you can see I've got skill points of Brighten here, which gives for the first 4 rounds against 2 enemies, a 35% chance, I believe up to a 50% chance max of inflicting stun, which is very useful. And Inspiration, which is extremely good for the first 3 rounds, all allies damage dealt is 23% increased. Now, if I have a look at these other skills here, we have King Under the Mountain, which is extremely good. This is when you want to start using a full dwarf troop setup. And then we have Longbeard and Dwarven Gift, which this increases both the commander's skill damage a lot. I highly recommend using all of this setup if you got the chance, if you're Respect 3. So if I was Respect 3, I'd be maxing out this and these 2 skills, and then working on Oakenshield, put a point in here, and maybe 2 points in Revitalist, so you can work on getting some skill points in Frightened and Inspiration. And then we have Durin's Folk, which is extremely good. It reduces all Dwarven's damage to a difference of 15% when maxed. We also have some skills here, which Well Prepared is alright, but I don't really use it that much. And, well, I don't really use it, but, like, I say that because, like, I've used it on Dane and stuff like that before. And then Parry, which, army damage from melee units, 2%, and that maxes out. So, if I was Respect 5, I would be maxing out these 3 skills first, our max skills, and then I'll be working on these sub-skills on the R3, and then try to get at least a point in Topple, and then try to get Inspiration as much as possible. But yeah, I'll show you guys now a full R5 setup of him, thanks to one of my Fellowship members, as you can now see on the screen. Righto guys, so big thanks to my Fellowship member Fives. He's actually playing in Erebor this season, because we have cross-faction fellowships. And it gives an excellent example of an amazing Thorin, and one of the setups that you can run with him is R5. Now, as you can see, he's using pretty much all the equipment I said you possibly could use if you have it as Dwarves, which is the Hammer of Moria, Durin's Plate, the Iron Bassinet, and he also has the Defender of the Mountain, which I forgot about this one, which is fantastic. They all increase his defense for Dwarves. Because Thorin is best for defense, and as you will soon see, with his R5 skills that we talked about, it's going to reduce the damage. As you can see, I've got all of his skill points. Army damage from melee units reduced by 14%. He's also used the counter attack here with melee units, which was pretty good because he's using 2. He's got a couple in Revitalist and some in here for the stun. He's working on Oakenshield, which stacks the damage, then for stun, and then he's got some in Deliberate Strike. So this is a pretty decent build. I'm surprised he doesn't have any skill points in the 3rd setup for his 3rd skill and some commander damage. But this is more of the absolute tank setup. So this is a really good setup. And of course he has Erebor's tier 4, which makes their defense and everything absolutely insane. So yeah, if you're playing Erebor, Thorin is absolutely amazing. This is an excellent setup for him as an example. Rightio guys, because in Season 4, it's really scarce for me to find PvP at the moment. I've been looking around quite a fair bit. So first off, we're just going to battle a few different things until I can find some PvP to test him out. Now, with his troop combination, I've got him ready here, I can show you. I'm running Guardians, the Ram Riders, and Catters. Now, the reason why is because you would know, because when I went over the skilling and that, I only have him Respect 2 at the moment, so I don't have the skills unlocked in which it's best to have just Dwarf commanders. Oh, sorry, Dwarf troops, I should say. So having things like Catter is extra defense and HP, which in turn is going to be a lot better, which is going to work with all of his skills that you would have seen his skills set up before. If we were running the other skill set that I would have showed you before, thanks to my Fellowship member, thank you very much, you will see that you'll be using all Dwarf units, especially the Axe Trolls come in very handy when versing Trolls. But we're using this troop combination just because we want a higher HP and defense, because this is the only way we can really skill him at the moment, being my Respect level. So we're going to march him down, and we're first going to test him out on a 200 tile right here. Now, I've only got him level 37. As you can see, it's going to take 11 minutes to march there, but of course, with the magic of video, he'll be there in just a second. Rightio, guys, so the hit has hit for our 200. Let's go have a look and see how we've done. So we went up against a GRIMA, which is very interesting. We did draw, I should say here. Now, remember, we're only level 37 compared to, like, some of my other commanders who verse 200 to a level 43 and absolutely destroy him. We did go against GRIMA with 212,000 HP there. We've done quite well. As you can see, we only took 68,000 damage, but 18,000 of that healed, so we only took 50k damage. As you can see, we're doing more commander damage than soldier damage already. So, just remember, keep that in mind. When we're R5, that's going to be insane when we're able to do those skills, but at least R3 anyway. But we've done extremely well there, only being a couple of levels higher. As we know, GRIMA does a lot of madness damage and stuff like that. But we did 210,000 damage, so not too bad whatsoever. So we sort of know, I'm going to let him, actually, I'm probably going to recall him here, so it's quicker to get troops back. And I'm going to re-strengthen him up, and then I'm going to attack this level 50 here. But I'm going to put axe throwers on there, because we're going to be versing the good old flying beasties here. And I'll probably just finish this tile off with Gandalf the Grey here. But yeah, we'll be back soon, battling here, and then we're going to go battle a level 48 defender on the keep. So yeah, we're doing a few different things, just because PvP is hard to find at the moment. As you can see, just for retrospect, guys, my 43 Gandalf, even with tier 4, on the second round, I versed Mouth of Sauron with 208,000 HP, so a bit less. But they did have rhinos, as you can see, took more damage than good old Thorin. So, as you can see, I think he's pretty decent so far, so to say. But of course, we know GRIMA, unless that madness hit's not going to do a super amount of damage. Well, I was hoping I was going to get some PvP, but this guy sent 16 armies. And then as soon as I go to getting ready to go attack, he just runs away. Wow. That kind of sucks, doesn't it? So, I guess we're just going to have to see. We're going to test out Thorin on this right now, level 37. So let's send him across and see how this goes. I could probably take this, but it's way too much siege. In 4 hours, I'm probably going to take it. But even with him owning it, I can still get a bunch of XP from it. But I want to see how Thorin does against him, or against the Mountain Lair. I was really hoping I was going to get to do a bit of PvP, but I've seen there's an army here pretty close by. I don't know if it's any good or not, but I'm going to send Thorin back up here in a minute and PvP against that. And then we're probably going to finish off by hitting the level 48 defenders here. So we'll see how we go. I was really hoping we were going to have a proper battle, but the guy seems to have run away. Probably, I don't know. I only had 6 armies here. He had bloody 16, but they're probably like fake things. I think he just did it so he could get this and let the siege go back up. But once you get it, doesn't it refill anyway? Alright, Thorin, hurry up, marching across there. You got a minute. I've got my GALAD, everything here at the moment, working on them. GALAD, I'm working on him at the moment. I will have a video. He is absolutely magnificent at the moment. Even at Respect 3, he's fantastic. I just helped someone out take a 300 not long ago. And as you can see, this is what GALAD did. He only received 32,000 damage, but did 170,000. So that's just a quick idea about him. But yeah, I've seen some guy near a 300 tile, and I offered to help him. So that was easy done. So I got to do a little test with him. Alright, come on, here we go, Thorin. Let's see how we go. Remember, I did throw the axe throwers on him again, guys. So I've now have the full dwarf units, even though it doesn't fully help me only being R2. We just want to see how he does. Remember, level 37. Alright, let's see. Alright, not too bad, really, honestly. Like, we got a we did get a decently bad matchup, to be honest. We did get the snipers, which are very strong against our axe throwers, or master throwers, I should say. So, but we did not bad, to be honest. Like, we obviously took a lot more damage than received, but we're only level 37 to a level 50 against tier 4 and a lot of snipers. But that's still pretty decent, to say the least. I'm pretty happy with those results. We would have definitely done better with the catters there. But yeah, we just got unlucky with the snipers there. But so I can't say that was the best in showing you what he's capable of. But it was still pretty decent. Like, how much healing did we did then? We did only 16,000, so we didn't have the best RNG either. Okay, but that's fair. We're going to recall him, re-strengthen him back up, and we're going to go and fight that army up there and see if it's any decent for PvP. But all in all, against the Witch King, if let's just against the Witch King, not too bad whatsoever. Like, the gear's not too bad on him, really, to be honest. The skilling, he's got the skilling for the fell beast and stuff like that. Against a level 37 Thorin, it's only respect 2. I think that's a pretty decent hit, to say the least. I'm gonna go heal him up, and we'll be back soon. Rightio, hopefully there's something half interesting here, at least in the level 30s or something. I have no idea, it could just be a path or something, but we'll see what happens. The army's been sitting here for like a day. Is this their fort here? No, so... What is it? It's a 130 tile, so... I don't know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'm hoping for an army that's full of all tier 3. And something like that, and see what happens. I'm still running my master throwers and all dwarf setup, so we'll see what happens. But I think the cannons definitely work better with respect 1. Alright, so I think we'll win this no matter what it is, but we'll see what happens. Let's see, was it anything interesting or... Okay, it actually was half decent actually. It was a level 32 KHALDOON. Oh, we just hit a checkpoint as well, okay. Frodo and Sam have just reached visiting Galadriel. Alright, so they only had level 1 gear. Okay, fair enough. But they had all tier 3s. So, yeah, not too bad. We took 50,000 damage. Which is pretty good. To say the least. But yeah, they had a lot of trolls on there. Which, these guys countered the trolls a lot. And these guys are anti-mounted, but we're pretty fine with that. So yeah, all in all, easy, absolute win there. We had 5 levels. So definitely wasn't the best battle, but it gives you an idea of how decent he could be in PvP, even for his respect level. Alright, I'm going to heal him back up, and we're going to attack here as our last test against a level 48 proper army sort of thing. And then we should be pretty good. Rightio, for the last test, we're going to hit the keep. We're going to see how he goes against level 48 commanders. Yeah, just to show every aspect of PvP. Showing him versus tiles, the 200, he did quite well. Even against the level 50s, he did pretty good. And yeah, we're going to just test this and see how we go. A minute 36 to march there, bloody hell. He's a bit slow though, isn't he? Where's his speed stats again? 145. Honestly, that's not the world's worst. I've seen a lot lower on other commanders. Yeah, 362 mind, 165 wisdom. Alright, well, we just got under a minute pretty much till we hit this. I'm interested to see how he goes because, now, they're easier armies, but later on, when you hit a keep, they get stronger. So this will be one of the easier ones. But remember, they are level 48 compared to my level, what am I, 37. So there is a big difference. And I am running the full dwarf combination. I probably would rather have cadders on here. But if there's trolls, then this will be very useful to say the least. We should do not too bad. I'd like, especially like, versus that Witch King before, even though we still survived and did not too bad, it was a pretty bad example because those snipers absolutely slaughtered us an absolute ton. But yeah, basically we got to see every sort of aspect today. Hopefully I can get in a bit higher respect. Like, respect 3 would be an absolute, like, a million times better. I wouldn't use Revitalist at all. I'd put all my skill points into, the 3rd respect, and then I'd do the sub skills so then he does a ton of commander damage. Just like how Dane works. And in my previous videos with Dane, we know that he's crazy. So let's have a look. That's really not too bad. So we went against Gorebag. They had 10,000 tier 3s here with 400,000. We did 259,000 damage with 75,000 received plus 14,000 healing. So not bad. What did we take? Like about 60,000 damage. That's honestly not bad from that troop combination. I'm pretty impressed with that, to say the least. And not too bad. Okay, so all in all, as you can see, he's pretty tanky. He's pretty good. even if we go back to when we versed at level 50 and stuff like that, we did really good in the PvP, in which we beat a 32 KHALDOON super easily. Then on the Mountainous Lair, we did quite well against a Witch King, which had 3,750 snipers. Yeah, all in all, I'm very happy with him. We definitely would just we just need to get him to respect 3. We're not too far off, like about 1,000, so 3, 6, 9, 12. So about 3 or 4 more of respect points for him, and I'll get him to respect 3, and then that's when we unlock King Under the Mountain, that's when our full dwarf combination setup will stack and be a lot better and get some buffs of HP, and we'll put our points into these two, which is going to increase our commander damage a lot. Because if you see from that last battle there, let me just quickly bring him back, you will always notice that he will always do more commander. Well, this time we did a bit more soldier damage than commander, but it's basically exactly the same. But that's fully capped. So, could you imagine, you've done that 130,000 there, but with that extra R3 with that commander damage on top of that, you're going to be doing around about 200,000 here, and you're going to like one-shot this easily, even at like 1 level higher. So yeah, guys, that's going to be Thorin. I think he is really fantastic. He's got really beefy tank, even at the respect that I have him. If you got him respect 3 or 5, he is going to be an absolute monster. The reason I did work on him, because I remember my Dane, who I made a video about ages ago, I'm not using him this season, was an absolute monster. And I bumped into a Thorin in Season 2, and it clocked the floor with my Dane. So I know that Thorin has big potential. So I really hopefully hope I can get him to respect 5 at some point. I definitely think he is definitely going to be a part of my combination of commanders that I use from now on. I think he's excellent. As well as GALAD, who I'm working on a video at the moment for him. And let me just give you a quick sneak peek to show you. He is an absolute monster. Alright guys, until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch you guys later. See yous. Of the EJU